In a significant diplomatic development on the sidelines of the United Nations General Assembly in New York, the United Arab Emirates (UAE) Foreign Minister, Sheikh Abdullah bin Zayed Al Nahyan, met with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu to call for an immediate end to the ongoing war in Gaza. The meeting highlighted growing regional and international concern over the escalating humanitarian crisis, as well as the UAE's evolving role as a mediator in Middle Eastern conflicts following the signing of the Abraham Accords in 2020. According to diplomatic sources, Sheikh Abdullah pressed Netanyahu on the urgent need for a ceasefire, stressing that continued violence in Gaza undermines stability in the broader region. He emphasized that civilian casualties, mass displacement, and the destruction of essential infrastructure are not only fueling anger across the Arab world but also eroding prospects for long-term peace and cooperation. The UAE, one of the few Arab countries that normalized relations with Israel in recent years, has increasingly faced criticism from domestic and regional voices demanding stronger stances on Palestinian rights. The war in Gaza has intensified this pressure, making the foreign minister's appeal a balancing act between maintaining ties with Israel and responding to calls for solidarity with Palestinians. During the talks, Sheikh Abdullah reportedly urged Israel to allow unfettered humanitarian access to Gaza, including food, fuel, and medical aid, while also supporting international initiatives for reconstruction once hostilities cease. He reiterated the UAE's commitment to humanitarian assistance, noting that the country has already sent multiple aid shipments to support displaced civilians and medical facilities overwhelmed by casualties. Prime Minister Netanyahu, however, maintained that Israel's military operations are aimed at eliminating security threats posed by Hamas and other militant groups. He argued that a premature ceasefire would allow these groups to regroup and continue launching attacks on Israeli cities. Nonetheless, he acknowledged the importance of humanitarian measures and pledged to consider arrangements that would minimize civilian suffering. The meeting came at a time when the United Nations and several world leaders, including U.S. President Joe Biden, have been calling for de-escalation. Washington has faced growing pressure to rein in Israel's military response while still affirming its security commitments. Against this backdrop, the UAE's direct appeal carries symbolic weight, reflecting the expectations placed on Arab states that maintain diplomatic channels with Israel. Analysts note that the UAE's engagement illustrates the complex dynamics of Middle Eastern diplomacy in the post-Abraham Accords era. While normalization has opened economic and security cooperation between Israel and several Arab states, the unresolved Palestinian issue remains a persistent obstacle. The Gaza conflict has tested these new relationships, exposing the fragility of regional partnerships when public opinion remains strongly aligned with Palestinian suffering. Sheikh Abdullah's intervention may also signal the UAE's desire to position itself as a responsible regional power capable of balancing pragmatism with principle. By urging an end to the war, the UAE aims to demonstrate leadership while also responding to Arab and Muslim world sentiment. Whether this diplomatic push translates into concrete changes in Israel's policy remains uncertain, but it underscores the widening recognition that prolonged conflict in Gaza is unsustainable. The broader implications of this meeting extend beyond Israel and the Palestinians. Stability in Gaza has direct consequences for regional trade, security cooperation, and energy projects that the UAE and Israel have been developing in recent years. Prolonged war risks derailing these initiatives and undermining the economic dividends promised by normalization. As the conflict continues to escalate, the UAE's diplomatic efforts may be part of a growing chorus pressing for an urgent political solution. The meeting in New York, though symbolic, highlights the fact that even Israel's new Arab partners are unwilling to remain silent in the face of mounting humanitarian devastation in Gaza. The coming weeks will reveal whether these appeals will influence the trajectory of the war or whether entrenched positions on both sides will prolong the suffering.